O ciclismo de estrada é uma das modalidades que mais exigem esforço do corpo humano. A pressão pelos resultados pode levar os atletas a se dopar. Depois do escândalo envolvendo o maior atleta da história do ciclismo, fica a pergunta: como o esporte pode limpar a imagem? Afinal, até mesmo a União Ciclística Internacional pode ter feito vista grossa para os casos de doping.
Lance Armstrong não está sozinho em casos de dopagem. Desde 1998, mais de um terço dos 10 finalistas da Volta da França esteve ligado ao doping. Mas a vontade da UCI de acabar com o mercado de doping é questionada por ninguém menos que o ex-diretor da Agência Mundial Antidoping, Dick Pound. Ele cita uma conversa que teve com o ex-presidente da UCI, Hein Verbruggen.
I said, Hein, you guys have a huge problem in your sport. He said, what do you mean? I said, the doping. Well, he said, that's really the fault of the spectators. And I said, I beg your pardon, it's the spectators' fault? Well, he said, yes. If they were happy with the Tour de France at 25K, it would be fine. But he said if they wanted it 41, 42, he said the riders have to prepare. And I just shook my head and said, well, you heard it here first, you got a big problem.
Jörg Jaksche, ex-ciclista, também questiona o comprometimento da UCI com o fim do doping nas maiores equipes. Desde o começo da carreira dele, todos falavam que aquele sistema não funcionava.
The team manager, one day he took me by his side like a father, kind of a father thing, and said, listen, I have to explain you why it is that you're permanently dropped, and this is the solution. So if you want to do it, we can do it. Everyone in our team does it. The team pays for it. And so I was confronted with the situation that there is organized doping in cycling.
Jörg Jaksche e Tyler Hamilton foram descobertos quando, em 2006, a polícia espanhola encontrou com um médico em Madrid bolsas de sangue, drogas e documentos que os implicavam e a outros atletas. Depois, Jörg deu seu depoimento juramentado para as autoridades alemãs.
In the end, why did you decide to come clean?
I didn't like the hypocrisy in the sport. So the Operación Puerto, which was this Spanish drug operation, in which I was implicated also, and in which a lot of riders were implicated, they kind of showed me the real face of people running the cycling system. And the same people that first brought me to Fuentes or asked me to do doping or use other performance-enhancing drugs, they were the same people that suddenly started a movement for the credible cycling and were pointing the finger at us riders. I don't have a chance to come back as an athlete, but...
Jaksche correu por diferentes equipes, mas quando se reuniu com a UCI para contar tudo o que sabia, eles não fizeram nada com as revelações.
As far as I know, no one of my team managers, of my team doctors, got questioned by the UCI. There was never written accusation, nothing. It's like having a deceased body, a dead body in your basement. It stinks a little bit after a while, and it's going to come up more and more and more. And one day the police is going to find it, and the information is there. The UCI did very little or nothing about it. So it's their problem if the basement stinks.
How has Tyler changed through all of this?
There's been a huge transformation. There's definitely a guard lifted, a weight lifted.
What do you think brought that about?
Telling the truth. Telling the truth.
Do you think that what he's done has been good for the sport?
Of course. I think you need to go back a little bit before you can go forward. So, I'm very proud of him.
Agora, mais do que nunca, não é a bicicleta que importa, é a verdade.
I was kicking and screaming when I had to tell the truth, but little did I know it was the best thing I ever could have done.
What Lance never had was the truth, which is more powerful than the corrupt athlete. How could it have taken place?
Se Lance Armstrong vai um dia confessar a dopagem é uma dúvida. Em 2005, as negações dele foram passionais.
How many times do I have to say it? Just try to make sure your testimony is clear. Well, if it can't be any clearer than I've never taken drugs, then incidents like that could never have happened. Okay. How clear is that?
It was really hard for us to tell if Lance actually believed what he was telling and had convinced himself that he hadn't done these things, or that he was just a very persuasive liar.
O advogado Jeff Tillotson e a seguradora resolveram pagar o bônus a Lance Armstrong.
We had one problem. We had a bad contract. Our contract said we will pay him the bonus if he is declared the official winner of a Tour de France race, and he most certainly was. So that's why we ultimately stopped the case, made the payment, and waited until the regulatory agencies did their investigation.
Na cidade natal de Lance, Austin, no Texas, Estados Unidos, ele ainda tem muitos fãs. Na Mellow Johnny, a loja de bicicletas dele, os clientes acham que seu herói é inocente.
Lance passed 500 and some tests, right? Hasn't shown a positive yet, but, you know, just as a big cycling fan myself and watching a lot of the races, you know, some sort of cheating probably goes on and is probably pretty widespread, but that just kind of comes with the territory.
As 7 camisetas amarelas na parede da Mellow Johnny não devem ser retiradas tão cedo. Lance Armstrong diz que segue em frente e que não vai se desviar de seu trabalho na batalha contra o câncer. O risco não poderia ser mais alto.
I know the power of this man when he walks into the room, and I know the hope he gives cancer survivors. I mean, he can call up Barack Obama. He has his cell phone number on his cell phone. And how can you call up these people knowing that you've taken drugs all your life to cheat to 7 tours? It's a problem I wouldn't want.
If you have a doping offense or you test positive, it goes without saying that you're fired from all of your contracts, not just the team, but there's numerous contracts that I have that would all go away.
Sponsorship agreements, for example.
All of them. And the faith of all the cancer survivors around the world. So everything I do off of the bike would go away too. And don't think for a second, I don't understand that. It's not about money for me. Everything. It's also about the faith that people have put in me over the years. So all of that would be erased. So I don't need it to say in a contract you're fired if you test positive. That's not as important as losing the support of hundreds of millions of people.
Além de banir Lance Armstrong do esporte, a União Ciclística Internacional retirou todos os títulos conquistados pelo americano entre os anos de 99 a 2005. Isso inclui as 7 vitórias na Volta da França. Em agosto, o próprio Armstrong havia dito que não iria mais recorrer das sanções aplicadas pela agência americana antidoping. O escândalo fez com que os principais patrocinadores de Armstrong anunciassem que não renovarão os contratos. No viés econômico, o americano terá que devolver à Federação Francesa de Ciclismo cerca de 2.700.000 reais, referentes aos prêmios ganhos em provas organizadas pela entidade, como a Volta da França. Isso sem contar a possibilidade de o ex-ciclista ser processado nos Estados Unidos por evasão fiscal. Por fim, o ex-ídolo do esporte se desligou da fundação Livestrong, que apoia pessoas com câncer.